Hello everyone. In this session we'll look into how we are going to perform search, update and delete operation on a database table using PHP with Laravel framework and AJAX query. Now to perform these operations such as search, update and delete, I have already created one view, and the view consists of one drop down list, one text field that is enabled and 3 disabled text fields. So basically what it's gonna to do is it's gonna to hit the target table. Target table is mobiles, so it goes like this. We'll select one brand and we'll enter some model. Let's consider like this, written S25. Then the moment we click on search button, then this Samsung S25, it will check whether it exists in the table mobiles. If it exists, right now it is existing, then what will happen? The RAM, storage and rate, that values will be fetched and displayed over here. In the case this do not exist, that means let's consider I write over here Samsung S30 and I click on search, then that record do not exist. So in that case it will display the message that record do not exist. Alright, so then let's start with this. Now as far as this view is concerned, we are having 4 buttons, namely one to search, second to edit, third to update and fourth to delete a particular record. So in that case we are going to have 4 different functions. So instead of adding all those functions in the same file, what we'll be doing, we'll be having one separate JavaScript file. Alright, now let's start with it. Now let's search for the button first. Name of the view is modify product, so this is the view file. Wait a minute, let me reduce this. Alright, and the button named search is over here. So what happens the moment we click on search, the function fetch will be executed. But now this function we want to store it in external JavaScript file. So what we'll do, we'll go to a public folder over here, and in public folder we'll create one folder named JS, and within that JS file folder we'll create one folder file named as product.js. Alright, now name of the function, first let's check whether it's working or not. Name of the function is fetch, so just have the function name, function fetch, and let's say we just display alert hello world. Let's have one pop-up and let's check whether it's working properly or not. Hello world. Let's save it. And what we need to do is we need to link this external JavaScript file with this blade page. So if you look at this page, we are inheriting from base. Alright, the base template is base itself. So let me open the base template or the parent template, and in the parent template you will find at the end I have added one section named as script. So let's add that section in the modify product page, or in this view page. Let's add the section named scripts, and in this section we'll provide the link. Okay, let's provide the link by using script source, and that script will be nothing but we will be using asset JS. Name of the folder is JS. Within that the file what we are having is product.js. This is how we basically link the external JavaScript files saved in your folder named JS within public folder. Alright, so now let's save it and refresh the page, and let's just click on search. So hello world, it's getting displayed. That means the file is now, these two files are properly linked. Alright, now what we want, the moment we click on this, we want one AJAX query to fire it. Now let's write the AJAX query. So in this AJAX query we won't create any other variables, we want to create some separate variables. So let's consider directly. To fire the AJAX query, we write $.ajax in bracket and semicolon. Alright, we require 4 parameters or 4 fields. First field is URL. We look into URL after some time. Then the second field is method. Method is, let's consider post. Thereafter we need to send the data. What data? Our query will be of the form of select star from mobiles, where brand equal to some value which will be passing through, and model equal to again some value. Now these values we are gonna to pass from this data, all right, in terms of parameter. So let's consider we are going to pass the brand. I keep the name of parameter same, and model I also keep the name as same. Now this brand value you are going to get it from this drop down list. Name of this drop down list also brand, so I keep the same, and here we'll use jQuery. So dollar in bracket hash, it's brand dot value, comma, and then model, it's dollar in bracket hash model dot value. So these are basically the names of or IDs of your HTML component. So you can look over here. So for drop down list I gave the name as brand ID, and for the model I kept name as well as ID the same as model. So this is how basically we are passing the value. Now if there is no error in that query or after executing that particular function, then it will going to have a success function data, and here we'll display the message by using alert. And let's consider that message, let's consider of the form a record found or something else, alert record found. Okay, and once we get that record, what we require the values to be displayed in this, that is RAM, storage, and a rate. So it will go like this: dollar in bracket hash RAM, all right, dot val. Here it will get the value from data dot RAM. So that data is going to be sent in the JSON format, all right. So we'll have one value name as RAM, and that will be having the value of RAM storage. Similarly, let's consider another component, that is storage dot val. Here you will fetching the value from storage itself. So we'll create another variable name storage, and lastly let's consider the remaining part is rate, all right. So rate dot value, again it's data dot rate. So if there is no error, we'll get the or the no error in the sense, let's say record is found, then it will display the message record found, and corresponding data it will display it. But in the case if there is an error, so let's have the error function also. So this error function going to have three parameters: xhr, then status, and last error. So in the case there is an error, just let us display that error, alert error. Anyway, this is gonna, we require this at development phase, so let display that error. We display that error by using shr dot response text, response text. Any mistake? Hope not so. Okay, so that's it. So now what happened, the moment we click on search button, it will hit the URL. Okay, so that URL we need to paste over here. So what we'll do, let's open our web.route file. Where is the route file? Okay, web.php, this is a route file. Let's create one route. All right, route will be of type post. Okay, name of that route, let's say we want this name as fetch product or prod fetch. So let's copy this route name and paste over here. All right, so what will happen, this is the route, but from where you're gonna to get the data, you're gonna get the data from your controller class. We have already created one controller name mobile controller in the previous video where we are going through how to add a new record. In that case, we have seen how we have created the mobile controller and the mobile model. So what we'll do, we'll use mobile controller. So let's go to this mobile controller first. We'll update this afterwards. Let's go to this, and let's say in this mobile controller now we are creating another function. Let's consider name of this function is fetch product. Alright, parameters again it will of type request, and let's consider name of the parameter itself is a request. So the moment we click on submit button, AJAX query is getting fired. That route to that AJAX query is prod fetch, so it's checking over here prod fetch. Then we'll pass those parameters to the function named fetch product in mobile controller class. Now to do that, we use mobile controller. Alright, we have to specify that it's a class, and the function which we want to call upon is fetch product. So we are not creating any other new controller, but we are using the same controller. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now coming to your function fetch product that you have declared in your mobile controller class. Now if we consider a basic SQL query, now here we have received brand and model as parameters. Now if I consider a basic SQL query, my basic SQL query will be like this: select star from mobiles, alright, where brand equal to, I'm gonna to fetch the value from request parameter. So request, I'll say, okay, in bracket I just write simply from here I'm gonna to get the value of the brand, and model equal to the value which I'm going to is model from this request array. So this is my basically, okay, let me reduce this properly. So this is my basically SQL query. Alright, but in Laravel we cannot use this directly. Instead we use eloquent query. Alright, but again, so that eloquent query will be like this: name of the table is mobiles, and let me open this. Name of the table is mobiles, and for that you have created one model. In the earlier session we have created one model named mobiles itself. Okay, so coming back to the controller, we'll have the name of the model name is mobile, and what's the query? We have to select this with condition where, so where, okay, what's the query parameter? Brand. And what's the value for this? We are going to get the value through request parameter, and input field, name of the field is brand. Alright, now this brand, okay, this parameter name is coming from your AJAX query, or the data what you are passing it. Alright, then after that we have AND. So AND goes like this: AND condition where what we require, model, value of model you are gonna to get from again request parameter with input array it's model. Okay, that's it. And we have to select first record, so first FIRST. So that's it. This is your complete eloquent query for your equivalent SQL query. But again, we cannot have this query directly because it will we may encounter some errors. So Laravel won't permit you to have this query directly. You need to have this in try catch block. So I copy this and I put it in try block. Alright, and so try I require to have catch. Let's consider exception $e. Alright, now again there is a possibility when you are saying select star from this one, that means this query is gonna to return one record. So let's consider we are saying that record in result. All right, so let me arrange this properly. Now possibility we may get the record the way we stated over here. We may write Samsung, and here we may write S25. So in this case we are having that record. All right, but what if I write S26 and click on submit button? So in that case record do not exist. So we should get a message that record do not exist. So there might be possibility that result may have some data, or it may be a null. So we'll go like this: if there exists a result, if there exists a result, then definitely it's going to return the response. Return response. The response will be in terms of JSON format. All right, JSON. In JSON format we'll say like this. All right, let the message be record found. Okay, then if record is found, then we require the value of RAM. Get the value of RAM. How we are going to get the value from? Stored in result. Okay, and name of that attribute is RAM. So you have to be very much specific. So name of attribute, this RAM return lowercase. So this is the parameter which is gonna to send back to the view. All right, and data is getting fetched from this result. Name of this RAM are written capital. It should be the same case as given over here. All right, of this table. So RAM is this one, then storage. Again we are going to fetch the data through result, and then storage, and finally one more is there, that is nothing but RAM, storage, and rate. So rate arrow equal to, let me have some space, it's looking little bit clumsy. Okay, better. So rate, spelling mistake, rate here we'll write dollar request, not request, some result, and from here we require a rate. All right, so that's it, and we'll display that on port 20. All right, this is there in the case result is found. But what if record do not exist? So there has to be else part. Else, if record do not exist, again it needs to send the, it's gonna to return the response, but again let the response be in terms of JSON format, and here let the simply one thing, let the message be record do not exist. Oh, a record do not exist. That's it. All right, so if record is found, is to display the data. If record do not exist, then it will specify that record do not exist. Else, if there is an error, that means in the try block there is some error, then let it again return the response, but this response again will be in the form of JSON format. All right, and let it be something like this. Error, and value of this error will be let's say we display directly the error by using get message. Very good, and let it be on number 500. That's it. So let's execute this. Hope so there are no errors, but I think we need to make some change. So what we are saying, it's if there is no error, there is going to return the response. The response will be either the record is found or record not found. So we need to make one change over here. Okay, so what we'll do, let's say like this: if data dot message. All right, if data dot message is equal to found, that's what we are saying over here. If record exists, then key is message data found. All right, so if data where is JavaScript, right? Okay, if data is found, then we'll have this. We'll put this thing over here. Oh. Okay, else just display the message that data do not exist. So alert, here we'll say data dot message. I think we have written message over here. Let's check. Yes, in both the cases it's message only. So if message is equal to found, it will display these things, else it will say record do not exist. So let's come back, and I think we have given one alert, so let's remove this. Alright, now let's execute and check if it's working or not. So let's refresh. Okay, let's say I'm selecting Samsung S25 and I click on search. Hello world. Okay, that was the first line, and here we go. We are able to fetch the details. But in the case, let's say we are writing now S26 and click on search. Hello world is there. Okay, we'll remove that because we have added that to check whether there is proper link or not. But now it says, oh, attempt to read property RAM on null, something mistake. So that's an error basically. Let's check the property over here. Okay, we make one simple change. We won't go in that much detail over here. We'll just say record do not exist. Record do not exist. Let's see first. And if record do not exist, then we'll keep this null. All right, so let's var k equal to null, and we'll make these changes. Let me realign this. To realign, I've used Control A and Control I. So let me copy this and let me paste over here. So key, all right, key, and last key. Okay, let's save it and let's refresh this page first. So let's say Samsung S25. Okay, that record exists, but if we write S26 and search, okay, error, attempt to read RAM property on null. I think there's somewhere on let me minimize this, where it's reading the data. If data dot message equal to null, not null, some mistake over here. Just a second. this. Let me check the controller. Oh, here is the mistake. It's not request if it's the result. Okay, I was checking for the response. Response is always there over there. Request is always there. So let's check. I think that's sorted. So search hello world, record do not exist, it goes. And let me check S25 hello world. Yes, we are getting the result. Let's say for 1 plus, what's the record over here? 1 plus, we have written 13R, so 13R search. Yes, we have it. But if I write 12R and I try to search hello world, okay, and record do not exist. So this part is done. Okay, now after that what we require: edit, update and delete. Now if you look into this edit part, the moment we click on edit, okay, if I try to write something, it's not working because I have kept that edit part to be read on, I kept that as read only, alright, or disabled. So what we'll do, we'll enable this part. Alright, now for enabling purpose we'll use one function called edit. The moment we click on edit, this will be edited. Alright, then we'll add some values and we'll proceed. Okay, so now let's say we are searching for Samsung, we are searching for S25 and let's click on search. So record is there. So the moment we click on edit, what should happen? These three fields, these should be enabled and we should be able to change the value. So we'll have one simple JavaScript over here or one function. So now let's consider with the edit. Name of your file is modprod and button edit. Where is edit? Edit is over here. Name of function is edit enable. So let's copy this function name and let's place over here. Let me minimize this function. Fetch is done. Then function, let's have editable and let's display the standard line alert hello world. So we'll just check whether this is properly linked or not. Alright, so let's refresh it. Let's click on over here. It's not working. Let's inspect this. Okay, alter, some mistakes, typing mistake. Okay, it's alert. Save, refresh, click edit. Okay, it's properly linked. We need to change only one property or attribute of this, that disabled equal to false. So let's go get into this function and our attribute is, we'll just check for one, $# ram dot property disabled will make it false. Let's check with this. Alright, refresh, edit. Okay, rate it was, wait a minute, what was that? RAM, just a second, disabled false. No, wait, just a second. It's proper disabled. Acha, disabled to RAM okay. disable I think it's read only to be false, because it was already enabled. Okay, yeah, my mistake. As far as this part was concerned, the property was let me open this, not base. The property was read only, I think. Wait a minute, let me go with this. Okay, the properties were read only. Okay, so initially the moment we select S25 search, so we are getting this. No, it's not S25, I written S, so let's 25, click on search button. Yes, we are getting it. But what happening over here? Oh, let me refresh. Wait a minute. Product Samsung S25 search. So these are disabled. Okay, these are only read only. So what should happen? The moment we click on edit button, brand and model, this should be disabled, and read only property of this RAM, internal storage and product should be enabled. Okay, or read only should become false. We should be able to edit it. So in this JS, alright, let's consider all fields first. The field is brand. Alright, property disabled, it is true, so we should not be able to change the brand. Thereafter we should not be able to change the model. Okay, so brand and model, this should be disabled. Thereafter your RAM, storage and rate, we should be able to edit the values. So that means read only property should become false. RAM, storage and rate. But at the same time, okay, let's check this first. Let's refresh. Okay, Samsung, I write S25 and I search, so data is fetched. But if I try to write anything over here, nothing is getting changed. So now the moment we click on edit, okay, so here it goes. So we cannot change this brand and model, but we can change capacity, storage and product or rate. Okay, so now again modify, let's update this little bit. So the moment we click on edit, we'll highlight this also. Alright, so let's use the CSS property. Let's say of RAM. My CSS property is background color. Let it be yellow. Let's save it, refresh it, and let's check over here again. No, wait, some CSS. We can have the CSS background color, some mistake. Just a second. Let me modify that a bit. Okay, what happened over here was I didn't refresh the page. Alright, so let's consider like this. Samsung Galaxy S25 search, we are able to get it. Now the moment you click on edit, okay, hello, and it's stating that you can edit it. Alright, so let's change for others as well. Let's get over here, let's comment this hello world and let's add over here. So RAM, storage and rate. Let's save it, let's refresh it. Okay, so you are selecting Samsung Galaxy S25, you are clicking on search, so you are able to get the data, you have fetched it. Now let's say we want to update the value. So S25 is, let's consider, instead of like writing 1,20,000, let's consider 1,25,000. so edit it. Okay, so these things now you are able to edit it. So let's consider I want to update the value to 1,25,000. Okay, so that's done. And then we have to click on update button. Now the moment we click on update button, then another query should be fired. So we'll have another function for this. So let's get back to this our JavaScript file. First, let's consider the name of the function regarding update. Regarding update, name of function is update product. So copy this name and let's have this function over here, function update product, and let's say alert. We'll first check whether it is properly working or not. Hello world, save it, refresh it, and let's click on update. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so now Samsung, I take this one, record do not exist, S25, it's existing, we are editing it, and let's say we are changing the value to 1,25,000, and the moment we click on update, we want AJAX query to be fired. Alright, now let's go with this one. Let's go with your function to update the product. Again, we'll use AJAX query. So $.ajax in bracket, in quotes, pass on the URL. So the way we created the URL to fetch the product, let me minimize this. The way we created the URL to fetch the product, we need to create another URL to update the product. Alright, so we'll create it afterwards. Then thereafter method will remain the same. Method is going to be post, but now data. So data will be everything. Okay, so data first, how a query will be, let's consider our SQL query. Our SQL query will be of this type: update mobile, set what we are setting, RAM, whatever the value will be passing, set RAM, then comma, storage, whatever the value will be passing, then rate, whatever the value will be passing, where, then your brand equal to whatever the value will passing, and model equal to whatever the value will be passing. So this is how our query is going to be. So to that particular function, we are going to pass all these 5 parameters: brand, model, RAM, storage, and rate. So let's pass this. We'll keep the same name for the parameters: brand, then model, then storage, RAM, and rate. And value to this will fetch from these components. So component name is for brand, name is brand.val. Alright, so let me copy this: brand, model, storage, RAM, and rate. Alright, so brand, let's change the name, model, storage, RAM, and for rate, let it be rate. Alright, again, if success, let's have the success function, data, and let's display the message over here: alert, will display the message that will be getting it from in term of response. Alright, so the same concept, will say message. Okay, for else or error function, this error function going to have 3 parameters: XHR, status, and error. So here again we'll use the same alert, error, and let's display that error, what that error is, by using xhr.response text. Alright, now let's create the URL. So URL, let's go to web.php file, a route file is over here. So let's consider we are creating a route. Again, it has to be of type post. And now let's consider name of the function of this post. Let's consider that was prod fetch. Let's consider prod update. Alright, So let's copy this route name and let's paste over here. Alright, now again we require one function in controller class to update the product. So controller is mobile controller. So let's say I minimize this, and let's say that my function is, the previous case we have written add new product, fetch product, let it be update product. Again we are gonna or this function is gonna to have the parameters of type request. Okay, so coming back to the controller, or not controller file, this is a route file. So on clicking update button, you're going to call upon this URL, and from there the parameters you're going to pass it to the mobile controller, and you're going to call upon the function named update product. Alright, either you can keep this one or you can just remove this earlier part. Now rest is simple. Now coming to this, so our query is going to have type update mobile. Okay, set RAM equal to XYZ, storage equal to XYZ. Alright, then after storage what we are having, rate equal to XYZ, where brand equal to whatever the value we are passing, and after brand what we are having, model equal to whatever the value we are passing. Okay, now to do that we will use try catch block. Try catch, let's finish with this first catch, in bracket exception $e. What response is there, we'll copy the same response from earlier statement, return response, we keep it the same. Okay, but now your SQL query, that eloquent query, will be little bit different. How it will be, you want to perform update, so definitely it's not going to return any results, it will be directly mobile. Okay, with scope resolution operator. First your conditions, what's your condition, where, okay, what's the first condition, brand, this value should be equal to from request input brand. Okay, first conditions. Thereafter where, what is the second condition, model. This you are going to get the value from request input, name of parameter is model. If these things are conditioned properly, then you perform update, and what you are updating, all those values. Alright, what are the values you are updating, RAM, then after RAM you are updating storage, and last what you are updating is rate. So RAM you are going to get the value from a request input parameter, name of attribute is RAM. Similarly I just copy this, one mistake here to be equal to, because we are assigning the value. For storage, name of the parameter is storage, and your last attribute rate, for that your name of attribute is rate itself, or parameter is rate itself, we don't require this comma, so semicolon to this. So whatever it may be, you are going to get the detail. Alright, and you will just display one message that record updated successfully. So we'll return that message in the form of response, and that response will be in terms of key value pair, but that's nothing but JSON format, and here we will write key is message. So that's what we said over here, we display that data by using message. Alright, so message value for this message is record updated successfully. Let's consider we use on 200. That's it. Okay, let's save it. Hope not for any error. Let's get back. Let's refresh. I select Samsung and I write S25 over here. I click on search. I'm getting this detail. I'm clicking on edit. I'm updating the value of rate to be 1,25,000 and let's click on update. So hope so we get done. Okay, no error. So it says record updated successfully. Okay, I should have redirected to some other page. Okay, we'll do it in a second, but let's check our database over here. Let's refresh it. Okay, some mistake. I think it didn't update. Let's check. Some mistake. Let's check. Wait a minute. Samsung S25 search saying 120 only. What was the error? Did it say anything? No. Let's check with the query. Mobile with scope registration operator where brand, and we are getting that request input brand. Okay, model model. Okay, let's request model name over here. Okay, here is a mistake. model. Let me check the name of the attribute over here. Name of attribute is del and here DLE. Okay, let's save it. Okay, what I do, if we'll display the message and let's redirect it. So window.location.href, let it be the home page. Okay, let's refresh it. Okay, let me go with the home page. Let me close this. Okay, I'm going to the edit product, Samsung S25 search. We are getting the details. Edit, we are updating the value, and let's click on update. Okay, so that worked. Now let's check with this once again. S25 search, here we go, the record added successfully. Simple stuff. Similarly, let's finish quickly for this delete. So for delete, our query will be of this form. Okay, let's consider the name of function for that first. We'll do it quickly. To delete, the function name is delete product. So let's copy this in the JavaScript. Let's consider name of the function over here is delete product. Let's have the tagline to check whether it's properly linked or not. Alert. Let's say hello world semicolon. We have written hello world out there also. Okay, no issues. I've commented that. Let's refresh this page. Click on delete hello world. That means it is properly linked. Now let's consider a query first. How a query will be to delete it. All right, it will like this. Delete from mobile where brand equal to whatever the value will be passing it, and model equal to whatever the value we are passing it. So if I consider AJAX query, AJAX query will like this: $.AJAX in bracket in curly braces URL. So we'll create the URL. Okay, then method over here, method is gonna to be post data. We need to pass only two things, one is brand and second one is model. So I keep the same name of the attributes, that is brand, and second model, and the values we are going to fetch it from the component brand dot val, and then dollar in bracket model dot val. Okay, then success function and error function. Success function will just have the message. Message will be, what's the message? Alert. Will display that through message. That message we are going to get in the form of a response from the controller. All right. And in the case there is an error, so let's declare some error function also. Error function. Now this function going to take 3 input parameters: XHR, status, and error. And let's say it's some mistake, comma missing. Let's declare over here alert error. What's the error is XHR dot response text. Simple. Now first we will create one URL to perform this delete operation. So let's have this route of type post. Now let's consider the name of URL. So prod fetch, prod update. Let's consider prod delete. Prod delete. Alright. So we require one function in our mobile controller. So let's consider we create one function. Name of function as let me minimize this. Name of function as public function, let it be delete product. This function gonna to take input parameter in the type of request. Alright, so let's declare that mobile controller, which is a class, and from this we are gonna use the function called mobile, not mobile, it's delete product. So what are the parameters we are gonna to get it? That will send to this route will be sent to the function delete product. Now coming to the controller, our SQL query is of the form delete from mobile, where brand equal to whatever the parameter we have sent, and model equal to whatever the parameters we have sent it. So your eloquent query, again we have to put that in try catch blocks. I'm writing this try catch first, exception $e. Alright, so our eloquent query is, again when we are saying delete from mobiles, it's not going to send the record set or anything. So it's going to send one number, but anyways it will go directly with the mobile. Alright, name of the model with the condition. What's the condition? Condition is where very first value of brand equal to, okay, that value you are gonna to get it from or fetch it from request. Key is, name of the key is brand. Alright, and where another key is model. Okay, model equal to this value you are gonna again fetch it from request parameter using the input key model. Okay, and what you're going to perform the operation is delete. That's it, and thereafter we'll send the response. Okay, return response. We are going to send this response in terms of JSON format. Okay, we want to send in the form of JSON. So key value key is just message, and value is record deleted successfully. That's it. And let's say we use port not 500, let it be 200 error code, and for this exception for error, let me copy this again completely. I just paste over here, but here we won't say the key as message, but we'll say key as error, and we'll directly display what the error is. So that will display by using $E, and over here get message. That's it. Alright, so simple query. Let's refresh the page. Add Samsung S25, search, value updated, little updated. Now I just click on delete. So hello world was there. Okay, post is not supported. Okay, let's check what's the method is. The method post is not supported for the route modify product. Okay, let's check. Product. Okay, for delete product we haven't provided the name of the URL, isn't it? So let's copy this, prod delete. Let's go here, let's paste it, save it. Let's refresh the page. Alright, let's go here, edit product, Samsung S25, search. Now if I say delete it, it's hello world. Okay, and it says record deleted successfully. So let's go on the home page, and let's first check whether we are able to get it. Samsung Galaxy S25, either you can search over here, it will say record do not exist, some spelling mistake, accepted. And over here if you just fetch the record again, okay, so that record has been deleted. So that's how we basically perform search, delete and update, search, delete and update, or search, update and delete operations. Okay, so simply what we did, we for each action we have written separate function. We are used almost same type of AJAX query, but every time we are using a different URL. Alright, so different URL over here. Let me split this file so it will be better. Just a second. Web.php. Where is web.php? Okay, here. Let it split to right. Okay, so let's display. So for each and every function we are using separate routes. So if I are going for fetching, I am using fetch prod route. Okay, for updating update product, I am using the route prod update, and for deleting I am using the route URL name prod delete. And for each route, what I have done, you are using the same controller, because you are performing same operation on the same table or nothing but model. For that purpose we have created the one controller named as mobile controller. So that controller is having separate functions. So depending on type of operation we are having it, we are passing those, or we are calling that particular function. For example, to fetch product we are calling the function fetch product, to update we are calling update product, and to delete we are calling delete product. And in this we are using eloquent queries using try catch block, and displaying the result back on the main page by sending the data or the response in JSON format. Alright, that's it for this session. In the case you are liked, kindly hit like and subscribe. Thank you.